Alright guys, so some fish right here in this pontoon boat. We're going to see if we can catch one of them and get him in. I'm trying to make you a video today on how to use a GoPro. Some people have been asking me, how do I do it? Well, I messed that one. I had a bite. I done reeled one in and lost him. Here guys. I done caught one. I'm trying to, when I do something like this guys, I do it sometimes if I'm trying to do something special like this, I'll do it twice. Sometimes I do the outro 2 or 3 times. I'll catch a fish, do the outro. I don't like the outro. I'll catch some fish, do the outro, and then use the one that I like. Sometimes that's why you do it. You know, in movies they take one. Let's do it again, take 2. Let's do it again. Well, sometimes we don't get all those takes. So that's what I do sometimes. Sometimes I'll do it the same thing, the outro 2 or 3 times. Okay, gotta get back there further. I think they've moved back on me because I think I've spooked them a little bit. Now, one of them bumped it. Alright, got him that time. GoPro, start recording. GoPro, start recording. Now, I cut my other GoPro on, as you can see here in a minute. It's stubborn, it didn't want to cut on the first time. I listened to the beep, guys. Look at the fish that came out here with him. Alright. Bam! My other camera back here is shooting toward the front of the boat. Alright? Alright. Now, I do that some in some of my videos. I don't do it a lot because you know why? I've got to load both clips, and I'm going to show you how to do that too. I've got to load both clips, then I got to pull both of them down to the edit software, cut on them, and work them out to get them in sequence. That's a nice little fish, guys. All right. Now, what else could I do? I could stick that camera in this tripod and put it back there. Now, I don't use the tripod much. I had a small one and it broke. The reason I don't use it is just something else I got to fool with, guys. All right. Something else I got to deal with. That's why I don't use it much. All right. So, I just soon use the clamp on and the chesty. I like the chesty because you're looking at what I look at. If I look at the depth finder, you're seeing that. Okay? When I'm talking about the trolling motor, you're seeing it. And I can adjust it down a little bit so you can see more of it. Okay? I can move it with my fingers. It's got a little knob on it. Okay? I can pull it out like this and show you stuff. That's why I like the chesty. Now, some people put it on their hat. That's fine. As long as you don't lean over the water and it falls off in the water, right? Yeah, that's what I'm scared of. That's why I don't wear it in my hat. Now, they make a thing that goes around your neck. All right? And it puts the chesty up here. The camera goes like this, in other words. So again, wherever I'm looking, okay, you're looking. And that's why I like this. A lot of guys use the tripod, or they use a pole, or they use a clamp on behind them, so you're looking at this all the time. Alright? Then they catch a fish and they go. Alright, and that's fine. That's how they like doing it. I don't like doing it that way. I like wearing the chesty so you're looking at what I'm looking at. So, all to their own, whatever they want to do, okay? To give you an example, when I've got somebody with me, it's easier to show them with the chesty. If I just have that, unless they come up front with me, you're not going to see them. So, I'll tell you what, right in here, I'm going to throw in a little clip of where my brother was down here fishing with me, okay, a couple weeks ago. And he didn't want me to film that day, but I wore the chesty. I told him I wasn't going to turn around and show him. So, don't tell him. Don't tell him I done this. Okay? So, here you go. I'm going to put it right here. Alright guys, on how to make a video. So now we have our card. Okay, this is a card holder that comes with it. I use them a lot. I bought one that's a fancy one, and I'll be honest with you, after a while it started giving me some trouble, and I went back to the one that comes with them. You put your little card in there that you had in your camera. Okay, load it in your computer on the slot. Now when you load it, usually we'll make a noise and tell you. Alright, there's my noise. Now, I'm going to go to my desktop. I'm working around the camera, guys, so, oops. Let me slide this back some. I want to bounce on my little table here. I got a little homemade table I made myself. That's what I'm working on, guys. I think I showed it to y'all. Now, I need to make this bigger. I am not a computer expert. So if y'all see me do something, you're like, there's another way to do it. Or this is whatever. My son tells me there's shortcuts, and I don't know them, guys. So now, I'm going to go ahead and find my card. Okay. Now, alright, now, and watch where I leave my cursor because my computer will do something on its own. It does that. Alright, what you want is the GoPros, GH015050. That's a video. I do not know what these are, but you don't need those, okay? So what I do is I go through here, and I'm just going to show you what I do. Now, I do a right click on my computer. Your computer might be different. I go ahead and find delete, and it's going to ask me if I want to delete those two. Yes, I do. Now, I'm not going to go. I do that through all of them, and you can use your left shift over here, and you can go down through there and highlight all these, and then delete them all at one time. Okay, but that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to show you how I do it. So I'm not going to go through the whole process for there. So then what I do, after I delete all that junk I don't need, I'm going to keep this one. So I'm going to highlight on these. Okay, I'm going to hit paste. Now, copy. I hit copy. Now I'm going to go to my desktop. I got some folders here I left empty. I do that. This is why I do them. Why I leave them empty. Now I can come here. I don't have to open a new folder. And I can paste them in that folder. Now I'll go back and label that folder how to make a video. Alright. Now I'll go back, I'll delete all those other files I don't need. Somebody's probably going to tell me in this video what they're for. You probably can use them in another format or something, I'm sure. They're copies. I know what they are, but you don't need them. If you have the GoPro app, you can load the GoPro app up, and you can load that on your computer, and you can load them that way too. I don't do it that way. This is the way I learned to do it. I don't know how to use the GoPro app. You can do it that way. So I'm just telling you about it. It comes with your GoPro and it tells you that. Now, what I do once I put them all on, okay, once I get all the clips on, here's what I do. I go to each clip and I make sure it plays. I click on it like that. All right, there I am. All right.
Well, this is a baby after that last one.
Yeah, I caught a nice crappie today, guys.
I might have some footage for that guy.
All right.
Camera set
so, now, I know that clip right there, if it's the first one or the second one, I label them. Okay, you come right here on the name, you click it one time, and I'll start with the letter A. And if it's dock fishing, I'll go dock fishing. Okay, I label them 1. That's the first clip. Now I'm going to show you later on why that's important, because when we get to the editing software, that A is important. The 1 is not as important because it does stuff in alphabetical order. If you just label all your clips and load them and you could have pulled them down into the editing software, you're not going to know where to start. You could have a clip to where the camera dies on you. Like that's never happened to me. And then the next clip is where you're saying, hey guys, the camera died, here's the fish I caught, la la la, and throw him back. Well, that clip could be first, and the clip where you're showing the fish after the camera died could be back here in the 6th place. And you got to hunt for them and find them. If you put them in alphabetical order, you don't have to. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to load all those clips, go back and get rid of the ones I don't, load them all on here, and I'm going to label each one of them. Okay? So the next time we get together, which will probably be later this evening, because I just came in from fishing. It's what time is it? It's 7 o'clock. I hadn't ate anything yet since lunchtime, so it's like 11:30. So I'm gonna go make me a sandwich or something, and I'm gonna load Leslie's clips, and then I'll come back again and I'll show y'all how I get these clips from the desktop. Okay, they're on the desktop now, right? On this file right here. Okay, which I can label. how to make a video. That's what I'm doing. Okay, and I usually add the date. Today is the 5th. I add the date. You notice I got the dates on some of them. I do that too because it helps me know when I loaded that. And I write it down in my little book. I got a book over here on my table, and I write it down. How many videos I made that day, and when I'm done that video, I'll write ED, edit it, done. And when it's on YouTube, I'll put a YT beside it. It means it's on YouTube and it's done. Then I'll come back and empty these files. You can see I don't have many files right now because last night I got rid of about 10 of them. I try to keep this as clean as I can. I got videos coming up I need to load. These are videos I already made. This is my intro. I'll show you this when we go Premiere Pro. And this is my outro. All right? Okay? So this is a video I got coming up. Blue Dreamer. And it's with tail colors. Yes, I made it with tail colors. All right? All right, guys. We loaded our clips to the desktop. So now, okay, let's go find those clips. Okay? Now, here's what I'm going to do. Sorry about my computer rocking. I got it halfway hanging off the table, and I got a little low spot in this table. I made this table just an old cut piece of log I showed you before. Now, we're going to use something different. I don't want to use some of the video I made for this, some of the clips I made for this video, because the time I get done, y'all won't want to watch all of it. I want to be something fresh to you, something you haven't seen. So let's take a video here. I got one here somewhere called Tadpole Sunshine Fun right here. All right, I made this one. All right, I got to open it. I got to click on it. I made this one just the other day. Okay, you can see the clips across there. Now, you can see how I got them labeled. A, Tadpole Jr. 1. B, Tadpole Jr. 2. All right. Now, I told you that was going to be important, and you're going to see why when we get to the Premiere Pro. But that's what I done. This was the first clip I made that day. All right. Now, sometimes when I get out here, Tadpole Jr. 9, 10, then it says 11, then it says 14. I can tell you why it says that. I deleted a couple of the clips already. See, I usually catch 14, 15 fish in a video, and I can't use all those. All right. So I go through and I listen to some of them and what I'm talking about. If I'm telling something like important, like those crappie are coming from stumps, this is a good time of year to be checking out stumps and fishing stumps. Whether it's an 8-inch crappie or what, I'm gonna leave that in there. Okay. And I try to put most of my bigger crappie in there. Sometimes if it's a big crappie, I'll put, that says C, Tadpole Jr. 3. I might have put C, Tadpole Jr. Big Fish. Or put BC, Big Crappie. Okay? So I know I want to use that one. Okay? That makes sense to you? Label these to help you, however you want to do it. Alright? Now, let's get out of that, and here's what we're going to do next. Alright? Now, I've got to get rid of the desktop, and I'm going to load Premiere Pro. Now, you can find, I pay for this. You can find some free. Now, I know a couple guys told me they use the free software. If you got Windows, Windows has a editing software. I think what I want to call it. Editing software that's free. I've never used it. My son is a professional editor. He does makes commercials, advertisements, and he said, Dad, this is what you want to do. This costs $225 a year. I'll tell you right off the bat. Now, I'm going to click on New Project. We're going to do something new. Now, up here in the left corner, I can title it. Now, free software is going to be the same way. Now, what we said that was called? That was called Sunshine Tadpole Jr. I'm typing around the computer, guys, so bear with me. I'm reaching around the camera, I mean. Typing around the computer. I'm reaching around the camera. Oh, I'm funny, ain't I? Okay. Now, what I usually do is date it. All right. Today is the 7th. Okay. Yeah, guys, this is Sunday evening. Done been to church, and hey, I done come home and painted some shutters for a job tomorrow. Now, I had to create, and I thought, I need to sit down and finish editing. So it's calling for thunderstorms. All right. Now, so I thought this would be a good evening to do it. It's supposed to thunderstorm here shortly. Now, you see how it's set up? Nothing's there. All right. We're going to go down here, and we're going to click on our desktop. Now we're going to make it smaller. You know, all this stuff y'all know how to do. I know. Look, I know some of you are laughing already. I'm not a computer whiz. My son has taught me this. If you go to most older folks, if you didn't work in an office, okay, if you didn't work with computers, y'all know I'm a home improvement contractor. I paint, replace rotten wood on houses and do things like that. All right, work on boat houses. So build a few additions, build some outbuildings. So computer was not my thing. I've had to learn everything I know, and I don't know a lot. I'm just sharing with you what I know because I've had 2 or 3 people ask me, how do you make a video? So I got thinking, I'm going to make a video to show you how to make a videos from fishing. This is what I wish my son would have done with me. My son has helped me greatly, okay? But this is what I wish my son would have done with me when he was 11, 12, 13 years old. He said, Dad, he's 26 now. He said, Dad, you ought to start a fishing channel. And one year he bought me, not a GoPro, but an off-brand small camera. And I didn't do anything with it because I didn't know what to do with it. Now, he was making videos, so I should have cornered him. So this is my fault. I should have cornered him and said, hey, let me watch you. How are you loading these clips? Okay, and I didn't do that, guys. I didn't put enough I want to behind it. Now, he plays every instrument, banjo, fiddle, guitar, mandolin, okay, bass. He plays them all. He's got a YouTube channel. Y'all can go watch it. It's called Flower. It's like a flower pot. If you type in flower pot bluegrass, it'll come up. And he puts himself in a cubicle, each corner, where he's playing all the different instruments and singing, okay? So, how does he do that? People ask me all the time, how does your son do that? Because he wants to. He started when he was 9 years old playing the mandolin. He started playing in the band with us when he was 9, playing the mandolin, because he wanted to learn to play it. He practiced all the time, okay? Y'all know what it's like to hear a banjo ringing at 11, 12, 1 o'clock in the morning? I do. But he can really play the banjo. Actually, he was in Raleigh this weekend at Lowrance Coffee House. Some of y'all probably heard of Lorraine Jordan. She's got a bluegrass group, and she's got a place she play. We played there one time when I was in the band with him. Now he plays with different bands and kind of fills in and stuff. But he was there with John White and Still Mountain Railroad playing the mandolin, and that's on her. If y'all want to go check it out, it'll be May the 5th. I think it was May the 5th. It's the date of it, and it's on her webpage, or Facebook page, or webpage. She's got a site that she loads all that stuff on. I looked last night; it's had over 8,000 views last night, and you can watch him play. He's playing the mandolin. All right, so yeah, that's how I've learned. He's taught me how to do it. So, but I didn't have the want to until let me hit desktop here. Until later in life, and then. He noticed I was watching fishing shows all the time. He said, you still ain't made a fishing show. I said, well, I don't know how to start. Where to start? He said, I'm going to help you. So he started. Then this was during college time, guys. So that's when it started. He made me an outro, and he made me an intro. So I'm going to pull my intro down. Now, he's playing all the music on this intro. Y'all have heard it many a times. Okay, it landed right there. Now we got something down here. Now, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to shut that. I'm going to shorten this so I have room to throw some clips down here. Now, I'm going to go back to the desktop. Yeah, it's a lot of going back and forth sometimes, guys. Now, and you probably could do it a different way, and depends on your computer. This computer will not let me, with this software on this computer, and my son tells me different computers act different. I'm hunting for it, guys. See, it's in a different position now because, wait a minute. I know I'm looking at it. Well, okay, hold on. No. One of you is sitting there looking at it, I'm going like, Dennis, it's right in front of you. I see it. Here it is. See, it's in a different position now because it's smaller, right? All right, there's the clips. See, they're even different. They're all in one line. That's why it makes it harder to find it for me to change it. Now, here's what I usually do, and I'm not going to do it today. I usually click on this one, and I'll go clean to 8, and I'll pull those 8 down at one time. All right? I used to only pull 2 or 3 down at a time. Now, my computer, for some reason on this software on this computer, won't let me pull down about 2 times, and I got to cut it off and reload. On my other computer, I used to have a MacBook. Okay, it was a 2008 MacBook. It was an old one. And that's what I started with. He bought me that for Christmas one year. Here you go, Dad. This is what you already doing the software editing on. And it was easier to edit on, I think, and then this HP. But anyway, it is what it is. I bought this one brand new. And it's a gaming laptop, so it's fast, and that's why he wanted me to have it. So I had to start all over. So we're gonna do 3 clips today. All right. Now I'm gonna pull them down. I just grab them, drag them down here. Okay. I'm holding down my button. Now let it go of it. All right. I just drag them down here. Now here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stop it. I'm gonna shorten this. Now I'm gonna go over here and hit play. Let me make sure y'all can see all this. Okay. Ready? Alright, there's my intro that y'all hear all the time. He made this too. He drew all this up. He made all that intro. Okay? I got lucky I have a son who can do that. And guys, he could do that before he even went to college. He went for the right thing, I reckon, didn't he? And he likes doing that kind of stuff. Now, this is my first clip. Now, here's what I usually do. I'm going to show you how to cut it. What you do with clips, you just can't butt them all together. And I've watched people's YouTube channel that do that. And some people let the camera run just the whole time. That's fine too. But you better have a lot of cards. I make clips. I let the camera run. I cut it on. I talk to y'all. I cut it off. I might move the boat. It might be 10 minutes. I might go up the further. I might look around. I might cast back the next cast and catch one within 30 seconds. Sometimes if I'm at a good fishing spot like I was this weekend, the fish are active, I never cut the camera off. I'd run it 3 or 5 minutes at a time. It depends on what's going on. Sometimes you can't catch one after another, can you? And y'all don't want to watch me just stand there fishing holding the rod in my hand. I try to keep action in my videos, so the whole video is catch one, bam, I'm done. All right? And it's just me, guys. I'm type A guy. I don't like watching somewhere and somebody sitting there watching them fish. I don't do that. I don't watch many YouTubers. On a handful on my watch because I can't handle that. I'm sorry. Now, I'm going to go over and hit play. And I'm going to stop it where I want to stop it. Right, I'm going to stop it right there. Now, this got started. Now, here's what I can do. I go up to this little razor blade. I clipped on that razor blade. I come over here, see my white line here? I'm going to line this razor blade up. Pull it down here, line it up, click it. All right, go back, get my pointer. That's called a pointer. Now, I can pull away. Now, right, see what I cut off right there? I don't want that. Now, I'm going to come back like this, and it's going to turn red. I can drag across it, got rid of it. Now we can pull this. Here's what's important. These have got to touch. This is what editing's all about. I'm going to drag it. Easy. I'm going to butt it. Now if you do it too hard, guys, you can push it on top of the intro and lose that. Yeah, ask me how I know. Yeah. I've had to do that 2 or 3 times. Keep bringing the intro down. Now, I could have cut some off an intro too. We went black for a second. That's just the way he made it, kind of like a TV show, the old style TVs, you know. See, done. Now the fish, what did I say? The fish got off, then my battery died. This is why you got to pay attention. I'm talking to y'all. Let me go back and listen. I'm fighting the fish. All right, my battery died, I'm sure. Let's go here. And what happens with that? Yeah, I'm putting the battery in. Now, here's the part y'all don't see most of the time. I'm putting the battery in. I'm getting ready here. I done cut my camera back on. I'm going to count into it. Watch.
1, 2, 3.
Now, why did I count into it? So I know where to stop. See? That's why I stopped it. I do that in the shop, and I'm doing the porta catches before I cut the camera on. Sometimes I don't do it, and I get after myself, so I can cut it right there, and now I know where to cut it, see? All right? See, that's the stuff that y'all don't see. See why I said I didn't want to show y'all all the clips? All right? I'm going to get rid of that. All right? Now, my camera stopped, and I told y'all I'm bad about that. What it was, I done made one video that day. I usually make 3 videos a day, guys, every time I go fishing. I usually fish 2 days a week, and I make 3 videos a day. Sometimes, when the fishing's tough, I don't get in but 2. And if I need another one, like this week, I'm working, I will take one evening. I usually quit painting around 3 or 3:30. I would run home, get cleaned up. It's going to get dark down to about 8, a little bit after 8. I'd run out and make another one in the evening if I need it. Okay? Wintertime, I can't do that. I got to make them on a Saturday because I'm loading Wednesday and Friday, right? That's 2 videos plus the porta catch on Sunday. So that means I've got to make 3 videos for 3 a week. I got to have 3 a week. All right? Sometimes I throw in on Saturday when I got it. I got some extra ones now. So sometimes the fishing's good, sometimes easy. Y'all know how that is. Sometimes you're lucky if you catch anything, right? Now.
All right, guys. I don't know how much of that.
See, I got rid of all that part right in talking to you.
I said it a while ago, the last
now,
video.
Now here's what I'm going to do. I usually listen to the whole thing. In order to save time, I usually listen to the whole thing. I'm going through it here looking. and I see what I'm talking about. Sometimes I'm not happy with whether I'm talking or I'm going like, Dennis, you didn't need to say that. And I go back and I'll cut it off. I cut off wherever I want to stop it. All right. Sometimes I get on the squirrel. I go squirrel guide.
Stuff. And hey, tell me what you think. It's tough sometimes, isn't it? You're trying to fish, trying to figure out the fish, trying to catch fish.
So I'm talking about the camera, how hard it is to use the camera. That cuts off on you.
I'm throwing the Tadpole Junior in sunshine. Let's see if we can catch a couple more fish on it.
All right, now it looks like I don't have any left right there, doesn't it? You think, well, Dennis, you can't cut nothing. You can bump it. I always go back and cut it anyway, and I'm going to show you how you do that. You take this little bar at the bottom, you stretch it. There it is right there. See what's hiding. I'm not using scissors or this razor blade. I took this little thing right here. That's how you can add a blank. If you ever watch somebody go along and then there's a space time, I can add a space there. I can put music during that. I'm not going to go into all that, guys. I don't use a lot of music of mine. I watch guys that use it. I think it steals from you. That's okay at the beginning and the end. That's why I do it then. I listen to guys while they're fishing. They got their back turned, whatever. That's fine. It's like being in an elevator. Whatever, it turns you on. I don't do that. Now, my son has made those for me, but I don't do it. Now, here's what we're going to do, if it'll let me do it. Okay, we done cut that. Did I use all three of them? I think I used two of them. And so I can still see it. It says number 2 here. Let me go back up here and look. Let me show you. There's the third one. I said we was going to cut 3. Let's cut 3. All right. I'm trying to make this as short as I can, guys. Because you know what? All right, now, so I like to cut it. Now I'm going to show you another way to cut this. I got a notes here beside me. Now, instead of using the razor blade, I can use the pointer and cut it too. If I take and jog it here a little bit, it'll turn red. All right, see it turn red? Now I'm going to take it up to my blue line. Bam. You can do it that way too. Okay? 2 ways you can cut it. I haven't looked at my note over here. I wanted to show you that. All right? Now, always check it. Bam. Always go back and check how it crossed over. Sometimes you get a noise. If you leave too big a gap, you get a little black blink. Always go back and check it. That's why I try to make sure at the end I know my video is right because I don't watch it all the way through. All right.
It takes the cone is very narrow.
So now I'm not really that important right now. What's here? Here's what I'm going to show you. We're going to get to the end here. I'm going to show you how to add an outro now. I made it longer. So I'm using this little slide right here at the bottom. You can make it longer, shorter. The longer you make it, okay, it's easier to cut it.
Bet you can lose it.
See, now I can do the same thing. Did you hear that little click? I'm just going to do that right there. Cut a little bit of it off. Let's see if I got rid of that click. It's from cutting the camera off and on.
Lose a little bit, you can lose him.
All right, that's okay. It didn't do it. I hit this button right here by accident, guys. See what it done? It started over again. That's okay. Y'all need to hear that again anyway. All right, now get back up there. My cursor is very touchy. I can stop it on something sometimes, and I've been adjusting it. You know, you can adjust the sensitivity of this little, mine error is green, if y'all notice it. I like it, I can find it easy. This is the outro, right? We done cut the back of the clip off. Now, this went squirrel on me. Let's cut back up here. You see what the outro looks like.
If a fish moves a little bit, you can lose him.
There you go. Now, I've made a whole video. Now, what do you do after you make the video? All right. And you can do this down here with your mouse pad too. See how I'm moving those arrows with my mouse pad? You can do it with your mouse pad too. I didn't know that till about a year ago. My son showed me that. Now, I'm making sure this says 0, 0. That says 0. That's as far as it'll go. Okay? Make sure everything's back in starting position. So the video is 2 minutes and 44 seconds right now. Now, how do I get it from being just a bunch of clips to a video? Alright, here's what I do. If you go to the top of the screen up here, let me raise y'all up. It says export. Alright, again, make sure you're on zeros down here. I'm going to go to export. Now I'm going to go ahead and export this. Alright. My computer's moving a little slow, guys, because I have it unplugged. It's on battery. You ever notice it's a lot slower on battery? Oh, you know what? Let me go back. I know something I forgot to do. Hold on. Let's see. All right, I'll go back and do it in a minute. All right, I'll go back and do it in a minute. Let's export this. I'll go back to it. I will show you how to make a thumbnail, but I'll go back and do it, okay? I won't forget you. So let's go ahead and export this. It'll take a little while. I'll cut the camera off and let it get done. Then I'll come back and show you how to make a nail. I'm going to make a note here. Alright, while we done went through this one, let's go ahead and keep going. Alright, now right here, I'm going to put the name of the video. I know this is going to be really long and some of y'all are not going to be interested, but for the couple of guys that have asked me, here you go. Alright, Tadpole Jr. Now, where's our date? 5/5/23. Alright, now we got to, here's the most important part. It says H264. I think I've used that before, and it might be okay. This is different ways you can format it. That means it's the way it's going to be programmed. Okay? And it puts it together. It makes it into a media. I use Window Media. Window Media. Can I say that? Evidently I can't. Now, I want video and I want audio. Make sure they're on. Video and audio is on. Effects is on. I have no closed caption, which is fine. Now I'm going to go over here. I want to make it to fit, to fill. It says scale to fit. I want it scale to fill. I want to fill the whole screen, okay, when it does it. So I changed it scale to fill. So I make sure I'm right here before I click. I like the Windows Media, so I've been using it. Does really good. Tells you down here what it's doing, okay? Sends stereo and all that kind of stuff. It gives you all the information down through here. You can check it. Now I'm going to click export. Now what it's going to do is going to make that into a movie instead of being a bunch of clips. It'll slide along and it'll be one clip when it's done. Now it's going to take it a while. It'll take it no longer than that is 3 minutes long, 244. It'll take it probably 8-10 minutes, maybe something like that. Usually most of my videos are 15 minutes. It takes it about 20 minutes. So I'll get back to you when that's done. Alright guys, it's done encoded and I saved it. Now here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you. I went back into Premiere Pro, and you can always go back and do this. Now you can stop it wherever you want to get a thumbnail. How do you make a thumbnail? The thumbnail is the pictures you see when you go on YouTube and it says Sunshine Tadpole, Bishop Lake Country, and it has just a picture like that, right? It's like this be something like this. It's a little camera right here. You click on that little camera, okay? And it's, I reckon other software is going to be the same way if you use something free. You go up here, okay? I'm going to take all that right out. That says intro something. That's telling me the name of the first clips what it's doing. I don't know why they do that. It looks like it would put the name. I don't know. I'm just telling you what it does. Now, again, what am I going to put in here? Sunshine Tadpole Junior 5/5/23. Now I'm going to hit OK. Now, how do I find that? Alright, let's go to the desktop. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and make this big so y'all can see it. Alright. Now I got a folder here called Thumbnails. I made a folder called Thumbnails the first time I used the software, and I clicked on it and it asked me where I want to put it. And I made a first thumbnail. Then it said, where do you want to put it? And I said in thumbnail folder. You just type that in. That's what you got to do. Okay? If that helps you. Now let's go up here to thumbnail folder right here. Okay? We called it Sunshine. Let's go to S's. Right here it is. Right here it is. Okay? I thought I could make it bigger, but I didn't. I thought it would make it bigger, but it didn't make it bigger. Maybe I clicked on it one time. No, it won't make it bigger, guys. But right there it is. It says Sunshine Tadpole 5/5/23. Alright, how do I use that? When I load my video to YouTube, and I wouldn't go into that on this video, okay? When I load my video to YouTube, and it's going to ask me here, let me stop a minute. Alright. It's going to ask me, after I load to YouTube, which used to take me about 4 to 5 hours. We finally got a high-speed internet back in July, August of last year. And yeah, and then now it takes me about 15 minutes to load a video to YouTube. Alright? After I load to YouTube, you got to give it a title. You got to fill out some information about what's on it. Is it for kids? You got to fill out about 5 pages of information. You got to click on stuff right in it. And then it gets to a spot where you can pick your thumbnail. Alright?
And where you can pick your thumbnail, they'll pick one for you. They give you 3 of them that you can choose from. So if you don't make the thumbnails, they can do them for you. And I'll be honest with you, sometimes they do pretty good. Sometimes they give you nothing but trash. The other day, they gave me one better than what I thought my thumbnail was, and I used the one they recommended for me. I used one of theirs. Right here's the video. Okay, I'm trying to drag it down here. Let's drag it down right here. Let's put it right here. Because I'm going to delete it because it's not all there, right? Now, I click on it right here. Oh, you hateful thing, Dennis. Let's try it again. There it came. That was me. I clicked on the right instead of the thing. There's our video we made. Alright. It's going to play right there for us.
Damn.
I go to full size and make sure it's good and clear. If you don't pick the right software to edit it with, to encode it with, that's how I learned. I think I used that something 64 one time. And it was blurry. Stuff wasn't clear. So I called my son. He said, Dad, use the Windows Media. He said, that's probably one of the best ones on there. So you got to match that to your computer. That's a nice fish. They didn't look that bigger when we was adding it, didn't it? Because it was in that little tiny box. But that was a nice fish right there, wasn't it? Then you see how clear the water is. You see the waves on the water, that little tiny bait. Somebody told me the other day that they're...
if you don't stop put a battery in every once in a while and check it, that's going to happen.
Hold on, guys. Cut the volume on. Somebody told me the other day that they watch. Yeah, I watch it, Dennis. I watch it on my phone. And I looked. I said, "You're kidding me?" They said, "No, why?" I said, "How big is your phone?" I mean, look. I'm sitting thinking about my phone, right? I'm going like, "You watch it on that little phone?" He said, and I said, "I watch mine on the computer." If you watch a video like this, you get to see everything. You get to see all the trees back here, and you get to see the things on the dock, the other boats running around. You almost feel like you're there. That's why I like a chesty. It makes you feel like you're there, doesn't it? All right. See, I look, see back in that cove, and I like that. You're looking at what I'm looking at. But if you're looking on your phone, you're messing out on a lot of that, ain't you? All right, guys. Hope that helps you. Now, hit these little arrows right here. I'm going to make this, I'm going to get us out of this mode here. Go right up here and put it back in the small mode, and I can end this thing. There you go. Now, it's right there. To load it to YouTube, that's a whole different critter. I don't know if we're going to go there sometime. We might. But you got to have a YouTube channel to do that first, and you got to make a deal with YouTube, okay? And you can't start monetizing your site until you reach a certain amount of subscribers. I'm going to say I think it's 1,000, guys. I don't remember now, 800 or 1,000, before you can. And guys, there's no money in it. Now, here's where the money's at. I'm going to tell you, because somebody's going to ask me this. I've been asked a couple times. The money is in if you get a bunch of views. Here's what you basically average. You basically average 1 cent a view. That's right. So when y'all watch one of my videos, you gave me a penny. That's basically what it comes to. Now, you can think, well, that ain't nothing. Have y'all ever watched a video that had 2 million views? That's right. That's some pennies now, right? Or I watch some of these guys, a couple guys I watch. They get, that's one guy I watch, he's funny. And he does memes and stuff, and he's just hilarious. I like to watch because he's funny. And he probably does, he's got over 1 million subscribers. Yeah, like 1,200,000, 1,200,000. And he averages 500,000-600,000 views, and he loads 3 videos a week. Now he's making some money in it. At 600,000 views every 2 or 3 days, yeah. But you don't make no money at 3, 4, 5, 6, 800 views, 1,000 views, 2,000 views, 5,000 views. You're not making a whole lot of money. So yeah, it'd be nice if I could get 20, 30,000 views each one of my videos. That'd be 60,000 a week because I do 3 a week. Then yeah, that would help me a lot. But that's not what it's all about. I don't do it just for the money. I do it to help folks. Okay. If I was doing it for the money, I'd quit a long time ago, right? Being honest. All right, guys. Appreciate you. I'll see what else I can add to this. If this could be the last spot, I don't know, because this is new to me to do something like this. And if it's not, I'll add something else in, and we'll go from there. Hope this helped you. Dennis Fishing Lake Country. See ya.